All right, well, welcome back for another episode of the Chamber Podcast. Today, we are exploring the wonderful world of dentistry, everybody's favorite place to visit. And joining me to have that discussion is Dr. Kayla Mapes. She is the owner of LIVCO Dentistry out of Howell, Michigan. Welcome, Kayla.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You guys did a phenomenal job leading up to the opening of your dental practice. I saw you guys everywhere in Livingston County, which is I would think what you want during a launch. But my leading question is, what made you open LIVCO Dentistry and why did you choose Livingston County to open it in?
So I'm originally from Michigan. So I'm a Howell resident, and I had been commuting for my job for a number of years, and I was definitely ready to work and live in the same place. So both my husband and I moved to Howell because of our jobs. This was our halfway point. And over time, we got tired of our commutes and we were ready to expand into our own town.
So what were you doing before the practice? Where were you practicing out of?
Before I was practicing in Charlotte, which is a smaller town south of Lansing. From our home is 50 miles. So I had a 100-mile drive each day.
But that was enjoyable.
It was. It really wasn't that bad. That hour drive was kind of a nice time to clear your head after work. And I also utilized it to listen to podcasts like we're listening to now. I would listen to courses. So did dental things, learned stuff on the road. So it was fine, but definitely happier to be close to home now. My commute is much shorter.
When you were a kid, what was the spark that propelled you to go into dentistry?
So when I was little, my lovely older brother pushed me down. I guess the story was at an ice cream shop, but I remember going down a fireman's pole and hitting my head on the pole. So whatever specific way it happened, I still think it's my older brother's fault. But I had a dead baby tooth that was in the front, and it was brown, and I was very self-conscious of it when I was little. So a couple years later, I was watching my older brother take out his own front tooth, and that was the light bulb moment where I realized, I can take out my own tooth. I'm going to do this. So as soon as he took out his, I sat down in front of the mirror and just kept working on that tooth until it came out. So after I took out the first tooth, I was like, well, that's it. I'm going
to do the rest of them. Get my adult teeth in real fast.
But also growing up, my mom used to be a dental assistant a long time ago. And so she had really enjoyed the dental profession. And then when she would go to the dentist when we were kids, my very first childhood dentist would let us watch him do procedures on her. So I remember him doing those old silver fillings, and he had the little spit sink on the side, and we would get to watch her spit all her little silver pieces out, and we'd push the button, watch them flush down the sink, and that was just mesmerizing. So
from high school to college, was it a pretty straight path into the field?
Yep. So I pretty much since 6, I knew I was going to be a dentist. It wasn't an easy road, so it was a lot of hard work and a lot of effort, but really, really rewarding. I love dentistry.
Yeah, I have a friend who is an attorney, and he told me recently, he's like, there's a very big difference between being an attorney under somebody else and then going in and opening your own practice, because now you're a businessman first and you're a lawyer second. Is that rang true for you as you've gone into the field of opening your own practice?
It has been different, but very enjoyable. Again, I've only been open for a few months on my own, so definitely still a big learning curve, but it's been fun. I was working for corporate before, and that started out good. It was a really good learning experience. I learned a lot in the corporate world, was able to gain all my clinical skills, really learned some of the HR side, how to help manage people. But over time, that definitely got tired working for someone else and having to follow the corporate rules. And I wanted to be able to provide patient care the way I wanted to receive it. So that was the whole point why I wanted to start my own practice, was I wanted to provide dental care how I would be a patient, how I feel it should be done.
So backing up from March, how long beforehand did you know this was going to be the move?
So in 2022, I started looking for a place, and it took a long time. So it took 2 years pretty much from deciding I was ready to start, open my own, until actually opening. It took a 2-year process.
Was the main hang up finding the right location?
Yes.
Okay.
The location was hard to find.
About how many did you look at before you were like, all right, this is it?
At least 10.
It's like house hunting, right? It's like, oh, this one doesn't have a fireplace. You know?
Yeah, kind of.
Well, that's the thing. You got to consider the location. You have to, and there's a ton of, there's a ton of things to consider when you go to lease or purchase a property, especially commercial property, right?
Yeah.
So what did you want to be different? You talked about the experience in practicing care the way that you'd want to receive it. What are some of the main pillars that separate LIVCO from other practices?
Well, the whole reasoning I went into this was to provide that patient experience where you come in and we know you by name. When you come in through the door, you're greeted, and you don't have to go punch in and wait for someone to stare at you. You walk in, you feel greeted, and you feel warm welcome. Versus where I came from, everything was very fast paced. You had to provide treatment in X amount of time because your schedule was so packed. It was hard to really look at anyone more than a number. And I didn't feel that's how patient care should be provided.
Yeah. And what are some of the things that you guys do there? Is there anything in addition that a normal dentist practice would not do?
So we actually have a comfort menu. We offer a lot of different things to try to make dentistry a little more enjoyable, because let's be real, we all know going to the dentist is most people's least favorite thing to do. So
yeah, I would agree.
Again, just from that even from your first phone call, when you call to schedule a visit with us, we try to make everything very clear, very understandable. We don't want there to be questions. We'll do a complimentary benefit check on your insurance, so you understand how your insurance benefits would work in our office. We try and greet the patient again by name when they show up. And then we have lots of different offerings. So when you come back for your visit, we have warm blankets we can offer. We've got a weighted blanket that for some people feel more comfortable with that type of blanket. We've got noise canceling headphones, because everyone knows that sound of the drill is one of the reasons why people stay away. And then we are just trying to provide distractions. So over when you lean back in the chair and you look straight up at the ceiling, we have a TV right above you. So one of the fun things we've been doing lately is kind of taking a tour of the world. So we'll play different scenes from different places on the TV. But of course, we also offer patients, if they want to watch a show, they can watch their favorite show while having treatment done.
That's cool. I will say the noise canceling headphones would probably not be something I could do, only because the anticipation of like, I'm hearing the drill, like it's starting, they're just going to catch me completely off guard. What do you think is the most popular comfort measure that you guys have?
We just had a taker for the weighted blanket the other day. That was fun. She really enjoyed it. But the warm blanket is definitely number one. Most people take us up on that one. And the noise canceling headphones, they're not 100% noise canceling. So like we can still talk to them and patients can still respond to us, so they can still hear a degree of something, but
sure, they
help. And then of course we offer nitrous for patients that are extra anxious.
Yeah. Excellent. So what's been the most surprising thing to you as you've opened the practice?
Surprising. Well, I think surprising is just we've never had a day where we didn't see patients. So we've been really grateful that the community has put their trust in us to come see us. And so that's been really great. We're happy to have our patients that we've seen so far. Other than that, it's just mainly been probably construction struggles, like trying to finish little things that I wish we're done, but aren't done yet. Trying to just be patient with that process.
Yeah. What is the outlook for the next 6 months? What are you most excited about?
For the next 6 months, we're really looking forward to growth and being able to serve more people in our community. We are a small team right now, but as we grow, we're really excited to add more team members and bring more people on, and being able to not only provide for our patients, but support our community people that would be on our team. I'm excited about that as well.
Yeah. What is, I'm curious, are there any public service announcement that you wish people would know more about, or like some myth busting behind the dental practices, things that you like to spread to people?
Myth busting. A lot of people have given the root canal a bad rap. Yes, that might not be enjoyable. It's definitely not something people seek out to have done, but a lot of first-time people that need a root canal end up finding it was less scary or less painful than what everyone says it'll be like. It's having a root canal is tough, or an infected tooth. It doesn't even have to be a root canal. If a tooth is infected, that can be quite challenging. And tooth pain is no joke. Like, tooth pain is very, very painful. And of course, everyone has a different pain tolerance, but if a tooth is infected, it's harder to get numb. And so that's why the root canal usually gets a bad rap.
And what is a root canal exactly?
So a root canal is removing the nerve portion of the tooth. The whole tooth remains in place, but the inner part the tooth gets infected, and the pulp, which is the inside part, contains the nerve vessels and the blood vessels of the tooth. And that part needs to come out in order to remove all the infection. So basically, once you clean and shape all that out, the inner part gets filled with a different kind of filling material, and that tooth is preserved.
I see. And the nerve is gone.
Then the
forever.
nerve is gone after it's had a root canal.
Okay. Very good. I didn't know that. I've just always heard that's, I got a root canal today, and everyone's dreading it,
Yeah. We also have the favorite phrase, I suppose, like pulling teeth, which everyone says, everyone compares something they would much rather do than pulling teeth. Like, oh, good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The stereotypes abound for you guys, unfortunately.
Yes, unfortunately.
But I will say, like, having, the biggest challenge for anybody in the medical industry is, presenting a very warm and open, inviting atmosphere, because it's already not enjoyable to go there. And if you go there and everyone has a bad attitude and they just, they suck, like, you're not going to go back. You're going to find someone else. So you guys having these, the comfort menu and having, the very customer service oriented approach, which might sound commonsensical, but a lot of people just don't do it. I've been to several medical places in my life, and it's just like, why is that person on the front desk? Like, you guys walk in here too and see this, right?
Yes.
So it's good that you have that attention to those things, because that's what makes people want to stay working with, businesses like yours.
Yep. Providing a great experience is our number one. But because, again, a lot of people had a bad experience at the dentist, and that's why they don't go back. But then time goes on and they just avoid going to the dentist altogether. And then that results in a lot more dental care that needs to be provided in the long run. And then they're kind of playing catch up at that point. And dental insurance isn't like what it used to be, and it doesn't cover as much as maybe it once did. And then that turns into trying to provide care at the level that matches finances, and it becomes hard.
Yeah. Do you guys accept most of the major insurances?
We accept all PPO insurances. We just ask that patients call if they have any questions about it. And again, we'll look into their benefits, and we provide a complimentary benefit check.
All right, very good. And if someone wants to be a new patient, website, phone call, what's the best way for them to inquire?
They can get a hold of us any of those ways. Our website, LIVCOdentistry.com. Also, you can call us, 517-292-0073. Is really probably the best way to get a hold of us, because we'll answer your questions. And if we don't know the answer right away, we'll definitely get back to you and look into it.
Fantastic. Well, Kayla, anything else before I wrap up today?
Again, we're LIVCO Dentistry. We are a new practice in Howell, Michigan. New practice, but not new to dentistry. So if you're looking for a new dentist, we really hope you'd consider coming to us and see what makes us different.
I like that tagline, new practice, but not new to dentistry. Because someone said, this is my first day. You'll figure it out, and that's not you guys. You've been doing it for some time. So it's excellent. Well, thank you, Kayla.
Great. Thank you so much, Rob.
Certainly appreciate it. All right, everyone, that's going to wrap up this week's edition of the Chamber Podcast. We're back with another episode next week. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.